In this video, I'm sharing my strategy for doing a low-buy year with a family of 6. Look, I'm committing to a low-buy year because I feel like my life is in complete chaos. The clothes, random toys and games scattered throughout the house, any items that are purchased just in case, or maybe as food storage, items that we hold on to for years but never use. Don't even get me started on The Office. It desperately needed a solution. But what could it be? How could we simplify our life and stop the constant inflow of stuff? Going into this low buy challenge, I was like, what's the difference between a low buy and a no buy? And some sources made it seem like they were kind of one and the same thing, but there's an important distinction that that made me choose the low buy versus a no buy. Low buy is choosing to make fewer purchases, choosing to spend money only on the things that truly matter. You can spend money on discretionary purchases, and then you set restrictions on certain areas of spending. That seemed like doable. Whereas a no buy is you're only buying essential things like food, rent, transportation, healthcare. That seemed way more above the bar, especially for somebody who's just starting out. All right, I'm focusing on a low buy year for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want to set my expectations at something that's attainable so that we can have success with it. And number 2, we're a family of 6, so a little bit larger, and it's hard for me to control everyone, and I shouldn't have to control everyone. I hope that through my influence that they will start to be more intentional. That's the goal. Looking at all the information, it was like, what's the most important step that's going to have the most success? And it's figuring out your why. Having a really deep value-based why helps so that you don't want to just throw in the towel after you just get started and you start having temptations, and then you accidentally buy something that you didn't really mean to, but you were like, we're all caught up in the moment, and then you were like, oh no, and you just spiraled down from that. It's kind of like a life preserver. It's like you can go back to it and be like, no, this is my why. I'm going to start fresh from here on out. Here we go. I have 4 reasons for my why, my deep value-based whys. Number 1, focusing on experiences over things. Number 2, reduce the overwhelm, because as you can see from the room around me, even there's just clothes, toys, things everywhere. Like, it would be a full-time job to stay on top of it, and I have a full-time job, so I don't really have time for it. Or number 3 is to get back the time that I'm losing by like cleaning and organizing and everything else. Like, I spend like so much time doing all that stuff, and if we have left stuff coming into the house and we donate stuff or give away or throw away garbage, then it would help, so I'd have more time to do things that I actually want to do. And the last one, I already touched on this a little bit, number 4, to teach my family better budgeting and money saving techniques and being more intentional with money. Like, we don't need to have instant gratification. I want to teach my family to be content with what we already have. Now that you have a why, step number 2, to make some measurable goals so that you know as you go throughout your year that you are accomplishing the thing that you want to accomplish. So I have 5 goals. I have 5 goals that I want to work on this year. Number 1 is to pay off our credit card debt. Christmas was a bad one this year. We spent a lot of money. We had a lot of fun. And next year, I think we're going to be a little bit more low-key. Number 2, I'd love to increase our savings back up to 10 grand or more. The goal would be to save $200 a week. If I could save $200 a week, that's $10,000. That would be amazing. So that could be both saving money or just doing things to make extra money, like working a little bit more at my job. Number 3, establishing more consistent with our meal planning. Been really horrible at it lately, and I think that if I can just get on top of that, that would definitely help with groceries and buying the things that we don't really need for groceries. Number 4, keep a zero-based budget. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, but basically it's every dollar is accounted for. So whether you're using it for bills, for savings, or planned expenses, it all gets even dosed out so that there's nothing left. Zero based. Number 5 is to live a more intentional life. This goes back to the experience things over things, doing experiences over things, and just being more intentional with the things that we do and how we spend our time. I think there's just more joy to be had. Let's talk about the things that I'm not allowed to buy this year. These are things that are going to be on my red light list. This is Tiger. So those kind of things are like my clothes, books for me, any kind of courses. I have so many courses that I have not completed yet. I'll put the number on the screen so you guys can enjoy that. Anything in the name of my business. The last few years I've been going through some courses, like I said, and so I've been like, oh, I'm going to create a business, and I've purchased a lot of things that were in the name of my business that has just not gone anywhere yet. And so until I start making money, I'm not allowed to buy and spend money on a business. The last one is anything that falls into the category of I could use this, or maybe I should get this, or something like that. Yellow light items. So these are items that we need to have replaced or that we're specifically saving up for in our budget. So things like kids' clothes, gear, shoes, those kind of things, they grow out of so fast. I put packaged treats on the list. So anything that's processed treats, I wanted to save for special occasions or holidays rather than just at our regular grocery run. I'm going to really try to cut down on that stuff. Fingers crossed I get done. If I meal plan, I think it'll be easier. Fast food is on the list, so I want to only go out once a month for fast food as a family. This next one is like so hard for me because I'm a hoarder of stationery items and pens, journals, notebooks, all those kind of things. I love them so much. I have toys and games on the list because we have tons of toys. We just had Christmas, so we shouldn't actually need to buy much of that. Usually we do it for holidays, special occasions, like, you know, Easter time we might have like a little toy for the kids, Christmas, obviously, birthdays, those kind of things, but trying not to buy anything in between times. And usually I'm pretty good, but lately I've just been buying all the things on Amazon like a crazy person, so trying not to. So gifts is the next one that's on the list, and focusing on just giving, trying to give more experiences rather than physical things for gifts, or consumables, things that we'll actually use. The last item on the list is just if something gets broken that we regularly use, maybe we need to get a new spatula or something like that. So the last list is the green list. These are the things that we're allowed to purchase on a regular basis. I'm going to put a little asterisk on this green list in that I can only buy these things when we use it, but we already have. Or also if we need it in a recipe, or we're using it for a house project, like in the near future. I'm not allowed to stockpile and beyond one extra item. So we have an item that we're using, we have a spare in the pantry or the cupboard or whatever, and once the item that we're using is used up, we start using our spare, we can buy another one as a spare. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So number one, food, groceries, those kind of things. I'll be meal planning, so I really want to make sure that we're buying food that we're using and not just food that I'm just buying because I think we need it. Household consumables like toilet paper, diapers, cleaners, soap, those kind of things. Healthcare, like our medications and supplements that we use regularly. Automotive needs like gas and oil. We live in southern Alberta, so we have to drive everywhere around here. We don't have any other real transportation needs. And then the last one is experiences. If we want to go somewhere, I really want to give that the green light and say, yes, let's do it. This is going to be a fun year. Our youngest is 3. She doesn't nap anymore, so it's just kind of like embracing the time that we have as a family on the weekends and stuff when we have days off, and just trying to do more, trying to get out more, trying to experience life more. That's what this is all about. I don't want to spend my time cleaning my house all the time. Join me for part 2, where I'm going to discuss more steps, more guidelines that I've found that I think will be very helpful. And then part 3, where I'm going to discuss how to avoid temptations. And then also I'll be doing a monthly check-in to kind of see like where I'm at with those number goals. Giving you a guide of a percentage of what I'm hitting, if it's like a actual number goal, like my savings goal, and also just discussing kind of like what habit I'm on for the month. I want to be able to focus in on one goal. So one of the things we'll be talking about in the next video is inventorying. is doing an inventory of all the things. As a family of 6, that is going to be like insane. It's blowing my mind already. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Like, if it's going to be like a Marie Kondo thing where I throw all of the t-shirts on the bed so I can see, actually physically see and touch. If I'm going to actually keep a spreadsheet of the thing, like my type 1 personality is like, yes, spreadsheets are amazing. But it's a whole house and a family of 6. So spreadsheets sounds also like totally ridiculous and unattainable. But that will be kind of like a process throughout these next couple months to kind of go through the different rooms, checking them off, and also just like different items that we have, different types of clothing for each individual. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.